It is time for the most brutal of parties. The party is so brutal that no one else is willing to sign up for it. But that's okay. No one else is up for it anyway. They can't handle it. It is too brutal. So, welcome back to Mario Party 6. I'm Arthur Wolf, and this time we are going one step beyond. Up until now we've been playing Mario Smarty, which means playing with the AI, all AI set on hard. But in Mario Party 6 you get 2 new difficulty levels for the AI. You get harder and, what we unlocked last time, brutal. Now brutal is pretty great. It's pretty great. So let's pop in and set things up. I do not want to learn how to play party mode, god damn it. Right, we've done Towering Treetop, we've done Fair Square, we've done Snowflake Lake. So what is left on the list is Egad's Garage and Castaway Bay, and as usual it's up to the stream chat where we go. Now, normally, had I had a co-communicator here, I would have just babbled on about a bit of them, but I don't. So, enjoy me sitting in total silence being awkward as hell. Actually, I'm just kidding. It seems that we have some early support for Castaway Bay. Hop around the slush island and try to board DK's boat. Well, that sounds interesting enough. Let's do it. Okay, we are not playing a 50-turn game this time. We can settle for 25. All the games are active, bonus stars are on, we are not playing a team match. Yes, everything is in order. So, the question is, who are we bringing? Well, of course we're bringing Toadette, who we unlocked last time.
Let's go!
Good lord, that voice. Then of course Toad, on a brutal level. Who else, I wonder? Let's see, someone wants Luigi to join in. Sure, why not? Let's see how well he performs on brutal. And Tappan, we are not bringing Waluigi this time, because he just keeps winning, the asshole. Actually, hold on, I just realized something. Why don't we just take the bottom line here so that we are playing only with characters that are half-sized? That is a brilliant idea, I am so smart. Tiny people only. I am so ready to play you guys, you have no idea. Wow, this is a big board. Look at how tiny everyone is. Right, as usual, I will allow the explanation of the board to be made. You need to stop by on DK's riverboat to buy a star for 20 coins. So 20 coins as per standard, but you need to reach a certain position. And every time someone does get on DK's riverboat, it'll swap places with Bowser's Battle Yacht, so if you are a few steps behind, well, guess what, you're fucked. And yes, if you stop on Bowser's Battle Yacht, you might actually lose a star. So, suffice to say, this is all about the racing to the finish and hoping to god above or below, depending on which religion you follow, that you do not end up just behind the guy who actually gets the star. So, bets are being made in the stream chat, and I am putting it all on Toadette, because I have a good feeling. That good feeling seems to be correct, because, hey, look at that. I wonder what her braids are made out of. They actually seem to be made out of mushroom as well. It's a really weird mushroom. Let's get brutal. Right, everything else is in order, so let's get ready to rumble, I suppose. Brutal party begins now. So I will basically be giving play-by-play commentary as usual. Though I suspect that the minigames will actually be quite a bit shorter this time around, seeing as the brutal AI has a tendency to be, well, brutal. As noted on a previous Mario Party 6 stream a week or two back, there is practically no way to beat the brutal AI in some of the minigames. Any minigame that involves button mashing, you may as well just put the controller down on the floor, because they do not shy away from just downright cheating. Right, our first minigame of the evening, it's Catch You Letter. Now, you might remember what it looks like when the weak AI plays this minigame, in that they deliver approximately one letter before the time runs out. Let's see how the brutal AI performs. That poor shy guy is getting mobbed.
Finish!
The difference is what I would like to call staggering. Still, it remains to be seen, however, whether or not the brutal AI will actually be capable of making sound tactical decisions on the board itself. While it is downright hilarious to watch them in action in the minigames, I have a pretty good feeling that we are going to see some pretty moronic mistakes on the board. Next up, it's a 1 vs 3 minigame, and we will be doing stage fright. This one should be interesting.
Go! Finish!
Wrecked. Yep, as mentioned when that minigame came up on a previous stream, if the three players firing have any idea of what they're doing, you are pretty much fucked. And look at that, opting out of shopping at the orb hut because she knows that she will be reaching the star. Now the remaining poor AIs are going to have to figure out what the heck they're supposed to be doing now, since they can't really turn around. Seems that Kid Koopa is just deciding to gun it, though he gets a bit unlucky with his rolls. Seems that he is opting for the dueling space, I see. Only 9 coins though, for some reason. Well, it will be interesting to see how the brutal AI performs in a duel. How many rocks will they hit, I wonder? You remember the last time this duel minigame was used, which was in the previous stream. The weak AI has a tendency of hitting everything repeatedly. Since they're using exactly the same high-level pathfinding algorithm here, it seems that there is really not much difference between the two.
Finish!
And Boo gets free money! Right, let's see where Boo heads now that he enters the previous area. Since the star has moved, he has an option of either just, well, running around in circles or actually heading back. Since it is a brutal AI, it will probably actually make the right choice. And oh, it's the minigame that no weak AI actually survives.
Finish!
Toadette decides to style on the others a bit, seeing as she is in the lead anyway. And welcome to nighttime! Time for various mysterious areas to open up. Let's see whether the brutal AI decides to actually explore those, so figures that, you know, fuck that noise, I'm just out of the stars. Toadette's minigame victory is invalidized there by a flame orb. Damn shame for her. Good news for everyone else. Look at the size of those drink cans. Jeez, those are warrior size. Kid Koopa is not giving up. He wants booze coins, even if he has to hire a criminal to do it. Oh, Kid Koopa. Paying 5 coins to have 2 coins stolen. Since you have the button mash to keep the pink boo away, as you can imagine, the brutal AI just decided, no, you're not getting anything from me, you asshole. As such, investing in the pink boo services is generally useless if you're playing against brutal AIs. Oh hey, it's time for sprite bugging, the minigame. But it's working this time. There you go. Excellent.
Finish!
Boo aiming for that coin star. Toadette is still in the lead, but she will have some trouble actually solidifying it since she is short on cash. At least she is not quite as badly out as poor Koopa Kid, though. That was perhaps not the brightest move Toad could have made there, but I suppose he has a plan. Maybe. Ho ho ho, here we go. This is more like it. Miracle Space. It's Toad and Kid Koopa. Alright, he has himself set up. Struggling out of 4th up to 3rd. Kid Koopa actually makes a clever move. I love the brutal AI. It's pretty obvious that they are targeting Toadette's star here. Which makes sense. And oh, here we go, Toadette and Oh, Boo is well set up here. He can either win it all or lose it all, and he fucks it up. One slip of the flappers and Boo is down to 4. Just goes to show that no matter how clever you are, if luck is not on your side, the moron party will destroy you.
Go!
I think they are trying to play dubstep. Haha, topical music joke. Now, you might remember when the weak AIs were playing this game, this particular minigame, that they didn't even reach 10 points total between all 4 participants. Right, last turn of night time. And it's duel time. Toadette is betting it all. She has enough coins spare to pay for a star anyway, so why not? Unluckily enough, though, it's a pure luck game.
Finish!
And that's a bad miss. Seems that Koopa Kid is climbing back up. He has worked his way from 4th place to 2nd, with the coin star in hand. He is still in the game. Never mind. And here we see why you are not supposed to be anything but first to arrive at the store spot in this particular board. Time for another minigame favorite of mine. Let's see how the brutal AI performs. God, I love the music in this one.
Finish!
It came down to luck of the draw. It's Boo. Toadette basically had the victory stolen from her by that last obstacle, which all comes down to timing in the end and whether or not you started on the left or the right. next turn will be interesting, because if Toad manages to get enough cash in this cash flow minigame, he has the star within striking range.
Go!
You can also see here that the brutal AI literally breaks. Let us just say that that is an ability that you do not actually really have.
Finish!
Maximum coins to everyone. I wonder why they even play those minigames. Right, that means that Toad now has the necessary coins to buy the star. The question is, will the die be on his side? He doesn't reach the star, but he does reach a DK space. DK looks so shocked to see that text pop up every time. It's like he's staring at the text he himself summoned and go, holy shit, I didn't even know I could do that. Lurkopter brings up the interesting question, how can DK be in two spaces at once? Well, you see, this is a world where pipes can teleport you several hundred miles. And here we have banana farming as sponsored by Michael J. Fox. Man, that's an offensive joke.
Finish!
More money for everyone. Toad is being awfully nice, but it's not going to help him. So, judging by the look, I suspect that Boo will be grabbing the next star, because all he needs to do is roll 3 or higher, and it will be his. And there we go. Poor Toad is in trouble now, though, because he will most likely be paying Bowser a visit when his turn rolls around. Unless he manages to roll a 1, of course. Right, let's see how the brutal AI performs in this minigame that the weak AI likes to just instantly stop.
Finish!
And Boo actually manages to be even worse than the weak AI. How is this possible? Boo, what are you doing? Toadette is rushing forward because she knows that once nighttime rolls around, all kinds of interesting things will be happening on this side of the board. My goodness, what a setup! Toadette assisting her sibling, fellow Toad thing. Mush Bro? Shroom. Any case, Toad gets a star. That was awfully kind of Toadette to set it up in this manner. But I'm not entirely sure exactly how it will profit her. And by the way, every time the AI rolls a die and lands on a space that seems silly, look, I don't believe that it is a random chance. The brutal AI picks exactly where it gets to land all of the time. Case in point. Now this will be interesting.
Go!
She's just drawing a circle on the middle of the board. They are obviously stuck in a pattern here, one that Toadette is very unlikely to break. An interesting move by Toadette there. Right, it's Bowser time. Let's see if we can get a Bowser minigame. Oh no, it's the Bowser bonus! That's smart, but at least Toad did not lose his star, which would have been quite unpleasant at this point in the game. As Tomfoolery points out in the stream chat though, depending on how the next turn works out, if no one manages to reach the star space, Toad is actually likely to end up on the Bowser star space, in which case that he will probably lose his star anyway. It is interesting that Toadette set him up with a star and then immediately set him up to take a fall. Hell hath no fury like a mushroom scorned.
Go!
Toadette, maybe? Some lapse in teamwork from the Toadette team there cost them the victory. If they had not jumped on top of each other, they would have won. But I guess there's simply no stopping Toad's sexuality. I guess. Oh, Toad. Back to 4th place he goes. It is time for the battle of the century. Not much to comment on in that particular minigame, apart from wow. They sure went at each other. Time for some river rafting. Bowser, you dick. So will Koopa Kid be grabbing that star, I wonder? So it seems. We are roughly halfway through the game, and so far it's actually fairly even. No one has more than one star, and it seems that no one is really within a striking range of a second star in the first place. It looks that this will be a fairly low star game, unless something magical happens. Granite Getaway! A minigame we have not actually seen before on the stream, so let's see what's up with that. Oh hey! It's Resident Evil 6. Unsurprisingly, the brutal AI did not give a shit. Toadette is in trouble. I find it interesting that there is a little small boat there that is just filled up with a giant watermelon. A watermelon with its own rowboat. Where did that watermelon come from? Who does it belong to? No one knows. Unsurprisingly, the brutal AI performs admirably. This is one of those minigames where if the three of you do not win against a lone guy, you are probably trying to sabotage each other at this point. Toadette tries to replenish her losses a bit and comes out ahead. Still, as we all know, coins are good, nice and well, but you need stars. And if you're going to throw away your stars by visiting the bouncer space, you really should just think twice, really. Reassess your strategy, as it were. Now, if those of you who decided to follow the message of Phil Coller's tweet about my stream and join us, I would suggest that you actually head to www.arthurdwolf.com and go to the stream from there, because then you can actually join in this chat, because we do not use the Twitch chat. So if you are trying to type something and I'm not reacting to it, that is why. Phil is now joining us in the proper stream chat, and apologizing for not realizing that we do not use the Twitch chat at all. It is perfectly fine though, it is a simple mistake to make and one that others have made in the past. Boo decides to double up. Because he wants that star. Which puts him in the lead. Then again, we're only halfway. So whether or not this will actually mean anything in the end is, as usual, completely up to the gods of luck. Still, in a 1 star so far game, having 2 stars is actually, well, 200% of what the other guy has. So it's better than nothing, I suppose. Time to doze some balls in bulldozers. Now, anyone who's been watching the Moron Party version of the streams with Week, I have known that this particular minigame tends to horribly confuse the AI and cause it to try and destroy everything rather than actually guide the ball to the goal. Now that we are playing with brutal AIs, though, they seem to be doing fairly well. Turning it from perhaps the longest minigame in the game to one of the shortest.
Finish!
That was positively painless compared to the usual excruciating tooth-pulling variant that we've been forced to endure so far. It is nighttime once again, and some interesting spaces have opened up. It seems that all of the AI players have their finances in check at this point at least, because everyone has enough money to buy at least 2 stars, which would at least tie them with Bowie, even in the case of Toad and Toadette, who don't actually have any in this. Kid Koopa, though, is set up to completely and utterly ruin everyone else. The great Goomba spirit has decided to switch the positions of everyone on the board. Which in Boo's case is not terribly good news. Remember, kids, honor the great Goomba spirit. And Nintendo claims that they try to keep religion out of their games. Despite a few failed shots, it seems that the Toadette team cooperated fairly well. A well-earned victory, I feel. Another blow to an already battered Toadette. Still, she manages to cling on to her third place. And with roughly 10 turns of ordinary play left to go, she is still in the running. She can still pull it off. Please, Toadette, do pull it off. Oh, Toad. So close, yet so far, far away. And for those curious, yes, that little happening space there is specifically placed so that will happen. Screwing yourself over in the worst way possible. Kid Koopa has more money than he knows what to do with at this point. Now, Slot Trot. I wish it was Sloth Trot, and you actually bet on racing sloths. That would have been amazing. But no such luck. And they got it at exactly the same time. And again.
Finish! Time!
Don't see that every day. More Toad on Toad violence. When will it stop? Well, at least Toad is about to get his comeuppance, seeing as no matter what he rolls, he will end up going on the Bowser boat. Boo is all set up to further solidify his lead, and he goes for it. Not very surprising. This places us at 3-1-0-0, and that is a pretty harsh position for Toad and Toadette to start working their way out of. I foresee either a lot of dueling for stars or a crazy streak of luck if they are to pull ahead. It's another battle royale, and same is lame.
Go!
The objective of this minigame, for those who do not realize it, is to have a unique button press. If any of the other players has pressed the same button, you both lose. So basically, be unique. Despite a good early start, it seems that Kid Koopa is starting to slack behind now. But he pulls it off.
Finish!
Pretty good use of a super shroom there. Let's see how far Toad gets. $177 coins now in Kid Koopa's purse. That is a ridiculous amount. I still have no idea what he intends to spend it on. I suppose coins for stars duels in the last 5 turns. Lurkopter is curious what you can spend it on this map. Well, if it's nighttime, I suppose that you could always contract a pink boo to steal stars. Apart from that, not much, honestly. Well, I think that is partially why they have happened to just build up that sort of financial solidity, in that they don't actually have many money sinks. Toad is setting himself up. Let's see if anyone else comes along to ruin it. I do like that even the searchlight in Bowser's little battle yachts are tortoise shelled. Oh, and that's a double hit for poor Kid Koopa. Shot at by cannon by his father and then coins to his, well, least dangerous opponent at the moment. Time to clean house. This is another minigame that the weak AI excels at sucking at. But something tells me that the brutal AI knows what it's doing.
Finish!
There we go, we're down to the last 5 turns. Checking the standings reveals that nothing has changed in the last 10 or so turns. So Toad, how are you going to ruin the game for everyone? Yes, as I suspected, the most boring possible bonus spaces there are. Thank you very much for absolutely nothing. Let's go. Toad shall now pay homage to the great mushroom spirit. And you think that he would get a bit of support here, because, I mean... yeah. Oh, a sluggish shroom orb. Thank you so much, great mushroom spirit. Appreciate it. Alright, here is Kid Koopa making things interesting again. There's now only a 1-star difference between him and Boo, and we do know that Kid Koopa has acquired the coin star bonus star already, which places them at 3-3. And Kid Koopa does have more coins. So if the game ended on the next turn, well, it would probably be Kid Koopa's win. Now then, I'll hope that you can handle watching the game on your own for a few scant moments, because I have some pressing business to attend to, but I will be right back.
Go!
And I am back. I see that people are making a reference to the tennis banner. Wonderful. Glad to see that it's still in circulation, I was about to say. And Toad just keeps getting wrecked, doesn't he? Really, the mushroom children aren't performing up to snuff, I'd say. Let's see, I'm informed that Toadette failed at a star steal while I was away. Well done. It is a bad day to be a spore. That was perhaps not the most brilliant move on Boo's part, but I suspect that he has an idea of what he's doing, hopefully. Time to wreck some pokies.
Go!
This is the best minigame solely because all pokies deserve to be punched. Look at those things. They are so punchable, it's not even funny. Toadette was ahead for most of the minigame, but a last moment charge led by Koopa Kid and Toad means that she did not succeed. With only 3 turns left, she is in trouble. And she opts for a warp pipe, but gets really unlucky on the roulette. There is nothing in that direction but pain and suffering at the moment, Toadette. Her only hope is a roller to switch the jocks around. The roller then simply buy a star on the last turn, hoping that, well, 1 star will be enough. But it won't. Investing in orbs with only 3 turns to go is perhaps not the most brilliant plan, but Kid Koopa does have the money to spare, so why not? Boo, on the other hand, just wastes his turn. That was a nighttime golf. This really seems like a rather dangerous position to have the camera at. We have to remember that every camera in the 3D Mario games is being carried by a Lucky 2, which means that this poor bastard is up on his cloud here just dodging golf balls. Well, Toadette. Well, I guess it's better than hitting the negative star space, but I'm not sure this is better at all. Time for a Bowser minigame with a half coin loss wager. And it's the minigame that the weak AI can't even get halfway through. Let's see how the brutal AI performs. And by performs, I mean maybe they will actually reach the goal before the time runs out this time around. Toadette is in trouble. She only has 10 seconds to get there. Can she do it? Finish it with 5 seconds to spare. Unfortunately, since she did not land on the yacht switching happening space, Toadette is still in trouble because she is most likely going to hit the negative star space next turn and lose 20 coins. Depending on the performance of the players in the next upcoming minigame, that might actually put her behind in coins behind everyone except Toad. And, well, let's just be perfectly fair here. Toad can essentially be completely disregarded at this point because he has wrecked himself, been wrecked, and generally had terrible luck. And it's a 1 versus 3, just to add insult to injury. And it's a minigame that she simply cannot win. Toadette, the game has it out for you. Bullet hell mode activated. Toadette ain't getting no money. With only 1 turn to left and nothing but minus 20 coins waiting for her, I don't think she's going to enjoy this last turn either. Our early turn leader Toadette is now solidly in 3rd place, and that is most likely where she is going to end up as well. So the fight right now is between Kid Koopa and Boo. Depending on how the bonus stars fall out, we might see an upset, but I think that at the moment Kid Koopa is likely to get it. He definitely has the coin stars, so if that is a bonus star pick, he will have 3. And then if he manages to eke out another one, it doesn't matter if Boo gets the 3rd bonus star, because he is still ahead on coins. And Toad gets wrecked. Well then. But then he gets 15 coins by landing on his own space. It doesn't actually matter in the end. He came out ahead by being hit. Yes, that once you suffer enough, you just start rolling with the punches. Is it time? Is this going to be the last turn upset? Is Boo going to give away all 3 of his stars to one of his opponents? Let's see. Oh goodness. And Boo just completely stomps his opposition and settles the game. Boo just completely settled it right there. Kid Koopa is going to have to win all of the bonus stars if he wants to win this one. As for Toadette, well, she might be within striking range, but it's going to be close. Winning this last minigame can settle it, so let's hope that Toadette and Boo pulls it off.
Finish!
A smashing victory. Right, this is actually going to be pretty damn interesting. Because that last turn Miracle Space basically mucked everything up. So it's time to see who will be the brutal star. Toad and Kid Koopa end the game with 0 stars. Well, in Toad's case that was sort of to be expected, seeing as I think he only had 1 star for like 2 turns throughout the entire game, and then immediately lost it. Kid Koopa, on the other hand, was doing fairly well with 2, all the way up until the last turn. That is harsh. Coin-wise, well, it's pretty obvious. Kid Koopa is way ahead, but what is more interesting is that Toadette actually has more coins than Boo does. And that is bad news for Boo. Because it means that Toadette only needs 1 bonus star in order to be in the winning position. And if Boo does not get any bonus stars after that, well, we have our winner. So, bonus star time. First out, the minigame star. Who is this game's undisputed minigame master? He'll probably go to Toad or something and everyone will just get mad. Well, that ruined everything, didn't it? All the suspense was instantly destroyed. As for the Orb Store, I think that pretty much everyone has a chance at that one, since with how they've been playing it along. And to completely ruin everything further, it goes to Toad. Well, that means that Boo has won, I'm sorry to say. And it seems that we did not actually get the coin bonus star this time anyway, so poor Kid Koopa is looking like he might actually end up with 0 stars. It will be interesting to check the statistics now. How close was Toadette to winning? Or rather, how close was Boo to losing, I should say. We can tell that the difference really was only that bonus star. Had it gone to Toadette instead, the game would have been looked very differently. So, let's check the minigame count. And we can tell that, yeah, Boo actually completely destroyed everyone else in the minigames, so it is not too surprising that he won it. That one was solidly his. Orb-wise, yeah, Toadette would not have gotten that one either. As for the happening space, not likely either. Well, it does seem that... To be perfectly fair, actually, Kid Koopa was behind Boo in everything, so this fight was actually Boo's even before the last turn. Those 3 stars simply created an unassailable position that won him the game. And so, our brutal superstar is Boo. And there's really no arguing. What a crock of shit, you guys. This fucking game. So bad. And yes, Tomfoolery, it is the brutal star. Because we were playing on brutal, right? Hey, wait a minute. That's why he won, I knew it. Tabam wants to know if there will be another round today, and I suppose that why not? Because we only have one regular board left. So we might as well do that one. As usual, there will be a short break while I reset things and put things in order and try to perhaps bring in a guest or two. So I will hopefully see you all in just a bit.